We have some representatives from different cities here, and we'd like to bring up a few of them as well. We're proud to say that we have Baltimore in the house, and we'd like to bring up Sister Sharon Black, a leader in a fight in the community and among the workers of Baltimore for many years. We're proud to have Sharon Black here.
All right.
Thank you, Brother Jerry. As he said, I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, with the National Network to Stop Foreclosures. I just want to say a few brief words to my sisters and brothers in Detroit. First of all, just this city is so much like the city I'm from. I'm from East Baltimore, and you have an East Detroit. You have a West Detroit. We have a West Baltimore. And there's not much difference, truthfully. We have tiny little row houses. But when I was here helping the sisters and brothers organize and riding throughout the city, it's the same thing. East Detroit is devastated. And when you go to Baltimore, every single block has houses that are boarded up. We have the same problems in Baltimore as the sisters and brothers have in Detroit. It's the same struggle, the same fight. And I want to leave with just, leave this mic with just a few thoughts and a few words with the sisters and brothers here, because I know that people are getting hot and tired, and there's a couple other cities that have come in. First of all, I think that we are all UAW. There's no way to underestimate how much what is happening to the auto workers affects everybody from coast to coast. The other brother who talked about his family background and what it meant to have dental care and what it meant to be able to wear glasses to be able to see. That's true. That's what the union movement has done for a lot of us. And it's not something that's just so separated. I was telling people, a lot of my friends don't even know. For several years I worked at General Motors in Wilmington, Delaware in the Boxwood plant. I was a power window regulator installer. You know the job. Those who are in the UAW know what I'm talking about. You stick your hand down, you get your arm all cut up. The line speed was terrible. But this was decades ago when it was bad, but I know that it's even worse now. So it's a strange thing. It's a small world, whether it's the auto workers in Mexico or the auto workers in Detroit or what's happened to the auto workers in Wilmington. And then Baltimore, in our city, the plant was completely closed down. But what I want to leave you with is a brief thought. The auto workers cannot stand alone. Those of us in the community have to be with our sisters and brothers in the UAW, and not necessarily even with them. In some cases, there's some things that they might not be able to do, that we have to do. There's plants nearby in Hamtramck, and I hear also in East Detroit. Those plants need to either be opened or stay open because they belong to us. The bailout money that GM got, the trillions of dollars that the banks got, that's our money. And that means, in reality, those plants belong to us. Not only because of the blood, sweat, and tears that have been poured into those factories and our own history, but because it's our money that's bailed them out. We own those plants. We own them. They are ours. And we need to get that through our hearts, minds, souls, and every fabric, every cell in our body. They are our plants, wherever they're at. And if it takes the community going in there, we may want to stay in some of those plants. I know one thing. One of the sisters here illuminated some history to me. I mean, I'm well aware, and a lot of you who've been in the workers' movement and the struggle know about the great sit-down strikes that took place in this part of the country that really helped to launch the labor movement. Well, I was surprised. I didn't even know this. It was really only 40 people who began the first factory sit-in. 40 people. We've had several hundred people. I know we've had close to 400 people over this weekend register at this conference. I tell you, I know in my bones this is the beginning of something great. We can win. And I tell you, anything that happens here, I will guarantee you when I go back home to Baltimore, We will mobilize and mobilize. If we have to bring caravans here to support whatever happens in this region to stop the plant closings, then we will pledge to do that. And I am sure whatever happens here can spark something bigger, that we can stop the plant closings, because job is a right. A job is our right. Stop the plant shutdowns.